Sitting in the parking lot of a Jeep dealership is probably not the most convincing place to tell you that the next venture rig might not be a Jeep, but here we are. We are at our local Jeep dealership. We have been looking for the next rig on a few different places, Facebook Marketplace, bringatrailer.com, but then something came up at a local dealership that we decided to come take a look at. So here it is. Before we get to that, let's take a look back at my personal history with the Jeep brand. Between cars that I owned when I was younger and cars that my wife and I have owned together, the total number is probably it's definitely over 20. I haven't counted, but it's at least 20, if not several more than that, and 6 of those have been Jeep vehicles. 3 have been Wranglers and 3 were non-Wranglers. Our first Wrangler was our TJ, and we had a very good time wheeling that in Florida. But then we did get rid of that, and eventually we got our 2-door JK. Which is the Jeep that we have off-roaded the most in, and that was definitely a fun build and a fun Jeep to have. We did sell that to get our 4-door Wrangler. Which is the one we sold most recently, because it did not work as the daily driver we also needed it to work for. And the non-Wrangler vehicles started with the first Jeep we ever owned, which was our Cherokee. Unfortunately, I cannot find the picture of the Cherokee we owned. Ours was dark green, and it probably no longer exists. It already had rust on it when we owned it in Pennsylvania more than 20 years ago, and there is probably nothing left of that. The Jeep we started the channel with was our Patriot. Which was a fun Jeep to have. And then our current Jeep that we still have is the Renegade. Now let's get to the Jeep that we're here to see today. We did not record any audio while we were on the dealer's lot, but what we are looking at is a 1991 Jeep Wrangler Renegade, and even though that Renegade decal is not original, we did confirm through the VIN number that this is a Renegade trim. And one of the first things we noticed is that this is not the original color. It is actually a wrap. We noticed that it's done very well, but there was a few corners that were peeling up, and a couple spots where it was bubbling. The original color was black, which you can see around the windshield frame and the door edges, the door jambs, and underneath the hood. So this is black underneath. Has the 4-liter 6-cylinder engine and a manual transmission, and it had 213,000 miles on it. So overall the condition was decent. The tires were newer. The spare tire was not the same, did not match the size or the brand of the other 4 tires. The top was in decent condition, no rips or tears, a few gaps here and there. Not really any too much rust underneath, and overall, yeah, it was decent condition. The interior was a little worn. There was a box that the previous owner had built in the back, which probably had speakers in it. But overall, for its age and miles, it was in decent condition. So the dealer was asking $9,900 for it, and recording this after the fact, I can tell you that we did decide to pass on this Wrangler. We did not seriously negotiate price, but we did try to feel out what the dealer would go down to, and we said as a starting point we would consider about half of what it was listed for, and somewhat he was a little bit willing to eat maybe a little bit further than the middle of that, so he was looking for upper sevens or 8,000. I don't think he's going to get that, but be curious what you think. Was this a good deal? Should we have not passed this one up, or would we have been buying more trouble than we really wanted to? So yeah, let us know. We'll be back next week with another video. I'm not sure we'll have another car to look at by then, but we'll have we have something to post next week, and then we'll probably have some more car shopping videos soon. So yeah, we'll see you next time.